It does not get more dystopian than Donald Trump building a barrier outside of the US Capitol to protect himself from protesters during a State of the Union address. There is a constitutional right to protest. Why is that not being protected?
Oh my God. Oh my God, Matt. Listener, hey, this is State of the Union time right now. And Democrats, they plan to raise complete, total chaos and hell. They about to raise some hell at this State of the Union. Woo! You know, it's about to be crazy.
Oh my God.
And you know what? The interesting thing about this is that Trump, I think he's feeling this a little bit. He's feeling it a little bit. Now, what do I mean by their plan to raise some hell? Now, Democrats, they plan to skip the State of the Union in a lot in their own little way. And they want to hold their own little rally, their own little things that they want to do. And I think this is very important because Trump doesn't like to be disrespected on the world stage. Last week, the Supreme Court literally just said, you know what, yo, terrorists, no, you can't do that. And he was embarrassed. He had a narcissistic injury. Now, this week, Democrats plan to follow through with that and to just disrupt his State of the Union. Matt, what do you got to think? What's your thoughts on that?
Now, there's a famous clip coming from Detroit area, obviously the bad boy Pistons, when Jordan finally beat them in the playoffs, right? Remember, they swept them, and I think it was in 1990, might have been in 1990 or 1991. Season. So he swept them, right? And then Isaiah Thomas refused to shake Jordan's hand. He just kind of went like this and dodged him, right? So Jordan just didn't want to beat the Pistons. He wanted to embarrass them, right? So that kind of gives me because the connection I'm making is that the Republican Party, it's not always about winning. It's about sticking it to the Democrats. And by simply just saying we're not going to be around, that's frustrating because a lot of this is to stick it to them. So like, man, they're not even going to watch us stick it to them. Oh, I can't stand them.
That's how they're going to be like.
Yeah, I can't.
No, I agree.
Them. Like, bro,
I agree.
Yeah, they want to be in front of the crowd with the Democrats and they're talking junk.
Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And that's a good point because Republicans, they don't want to govern. We see this. They don't want to govern. They just want to hook and crook, steal, and crush people. That's pretty much all they want to do. And by the way, guys, we are going to be streaming the State of the Union live here on our channel at the Matt Nice Show. We're going to be streaming that live. So come out. It's going to be a party. It's going to be just like a party. We're going to have some fun. So please, if you can, if you are not subscribed, because we're almost at 500 subscribers, hit that subscribe button and join us on our journey to hit 500 subscribers. Okay, so next we have the Democrats here. And this is the actual rally. This is what they plan to do to counter Trump's State of the Union. And we'll talk a little bit about why a lot of Democrats are saying, no, we just not doing this. We not about to do this. But this is what they're going to have. So they're going to have, along with the Midas Touch Network, and shout out to the Midas Touch Network and MoveOn.org, they're going to have something called the People State of the Union, the People's State of the Union. So you have a few Democrats in here, no Republicans, but they're pretty much going to have an anti-Trump State of the Union, right? So that's it. Now we talked about that. So we laid the groundwork for that. Now let's talk about why Democrats are skipping the State of the Union. Josh, play that first clip.
Donald Trump is violating the law and Constitution. He is ignoring.
Start from the beginning.
Donald Trump is violating the law and Constitution. He is ignoring court orders. He has weaponized the Justice Department to go after his enemies. He is letting loose ICE troops in our streets that are getting people killed. I will not be attending the State of the Union. I've never missed one. I have always gone both to inaugurations and to States of the Union, but we cannot treat this as normal. This is not business as usual. I will not give him the audience he craves for the lies that he tells. I'll be outside the Capitol with Midas Touch and Move On for the People's State of the Union, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. Don't.
Yeah.
Matt?
Well, I feel bad for the Democratic Party in this way. It doesn't matter what they do, because for a lot of Americans, the Democratic Party is weak. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't, even if they do something, people are driven by narratives. So I think this is a strong move. They just won't get credit for it. because in most people's minds, like, hey, the Democrat Party is weak, and and then they also gave Trump the House, the Senate, all this other stuff. So I'm just trying to say, I mean, I think it's a power move. They just won't get credit for it because the narrative about the Democratic Party is already out.
Yeah, I totally agree. And not only are they not going to get credit for it, they're going to, because they're trying to make it seem like they're resisting this president, which is something that you want to do. And this is a lawless president, so you should be resisting this president. However, Democrats, they can't hold water. They just can't hold water. They can't come together as a unit and resist. And to your point, Matt, I want to play this clip here. This is John Fetterman. This is a senator, a Democratic senator. Listen to what he has to say about Democrats and how they should respond to this State of the Union. Play the clip, Josh.
I do plan to go to the State of the Union. And then I do hope all the other Democrats that choose to come, that we don't do the same kinds of things that happened at the last year. I mean, it was really undignified. And just the thing, no, I don't care who the president is. Don't yell and disrupt that. It's like you really should respect the office. The office. You don't have to like the occupant, but respect that. And I do.
And this is why Democrats lose. Okay, yep. This is just why they lose, man. And, you know, I feel so bad for a lot of the Democrats because the Democratic Party, they want a fighter. They want somebody to stand up to this lawless president. They want somebody to push back against his policies. And you have Democrats still on we have to be respectful. We have to be respectful. And it's just like, bro, if somebody punching you in the face every single day, just socking you in your face, just giving you shiners every day, and you sit up here and say, you know what, we have to be respectful of the office. I mean, Trump, don't respect the office, okay? Yeah. Trump do not respect this office. And now you want me to respect him? Come on, man. Come on, man. Nah, bro. It's just not happening.
Nope. And I'm going to say this, bro. When you see this guy show up in your house, bro, you give him the benefit of the doubt? This dude knocking on your door, man. Hey, I need to use your phone. Come on. The answer would be no. Respect. Man. Hey, bro. Hey, if you come into my house, man, you look like this. Hey, like you know what I'm saying? It ain't. I'm not. No, hey, bro. I'm not being respectful if you show up to my house like that. And I think honestly, with the Democrats, it's I don't know, bro. Like, they just act so weak, bro. And I think another thing too, that people tend to forget history. Yeah, you know, was it dignified when they let Ben Netanyahu come to America and talk junk about a sitting president? They didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't care. They went after Biden time and time again. You know what I'm saying? And this is the worst part. These motherfuckers don't even like Trump.
No.
But this is what it tells me about the current Republican Party. They huff and puff, they talk all that junk. But as soon as you apply pressure to that neck, uncle, they quit. So this is what we know. The Democrats are weak, but the Republicans are weaker. They just project strength. Look at Magic Mike, bro. Right. If I saw that dude in public, bro, and get back in the line, buddy. Back in the line. Don't cut. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are just weak, bro.
Yeah, and they need to throw them out, bro. They just do.
Yeah, they do.
And on top of that, you know, man, it's just so funny to me because Democrats, again, you are supposed to be the resistant party to this president. And at the same time, there is no respect. The games have changed. I don't know what rules the Democrats are playing by. I don't know what's like, it's almost like Republicans, they're playing by no rules. They just like took all the rules, threw them in the garbage somewhere, and they just say, look, this is how we're going to govern and operate. We're going to crush you. We're going to beat you. We're going to just destroy you. And Democrats are still thinking this is the 1950s playbook. Oh, respect and decorum and things like that. It's just, this is so disgusting. This is why they lose. But moving along, we have Pete Buttigieg, and this is one of the rising stars in the Democratic Party. Now, I don't agree with everything this man says, but I think he had an interesting point when it came down to the State of the Union. Play the clip, Josh.
Tuesday, the president is going to give his State of the Union address. Who knows what he's going to say? But what I know is that thanks to some members of Congress who've extended invitations, some of the people in that gallery, in that room, will be some of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. And I think anyone like this president who went out of his way to suppress the information, the files, not just the information about his own association with this horrible criminal, but a lot of other powerful people's too, should have to look them in the eye. What this case has revealed is just how much a certain category of people in this country think they are completely above accountability, completely above responsibility. And it's why this is a moment when we have to return to a sense of the rule of law in this country, to do right by the victims, but also to do right by the country. Look at the vote in the House on the Epstein files. The president was kicking and screaming. For a long time, it looked like he was going to get his way. But then it changed. Because even the Republicans in the House realized that they could not run away from the American people, and they could not keep running cover for the president's attempt to suppress that information. And the lesson in that I hope all of us take to heart, especially at a mobilization event like this, is as important as the elections are, and I hope and expect that all of us will be active every day until the next election and every day until the next one, you don't have to wait till election day to make change. You don't have to wait till election day for things to happen as a consequence of political pressure, because that's what got the Epstein files out.
Matt?
Yeah, I agree. But with most of, but there is some things about it, bro. And I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not that I have to boo a little bit about that speech. And this is what it comes. This is what it comes down to, bro. In our political party right now, we enter in a political war of attrition. Anybody knows a war of attrition? You just throw more bodies at it, and that's what we're doing. So the Republicans and Democrats are using the American population to shield themselves. Trump uses MAGA to shield himself and just throws them out the water, bro. Bro, remember Herman Cain, bro? 999.
999.
Yeah, and he died at a rally, bro. He got unalived at a rally, bro. They kept it moving, bro. I mean, it just horrible. The Democratic Party. I mean, you know, I give a shout out to those Epstein survivors. They're just parading them around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna send you to the State of the Union. Y'all go if they gonna be at the State of the Union. Some of y'all need to be at the State of the Union. Don't have them do that. Don't do that to them. We gonna boycott the State of the Union. We're gonna make sure they're there. Well, that's some cowardly stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's like telling somebody you're gonna be in witness protection, bro, but their address is posted all up on Google and stuff. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
bro?
I agree. And I think that's well said. And this is why the Democrats get no love. Like, this is what the stuff that they do, to your point, Matt, they literally try to cover up, like say, okay, we're gonna shield you. We're gonna put Black people out in front. We're gonna put all these other groups of people out front to fight the battles that they need to fight. And then when they get in office, when Democrats get in office, they don't fight for the policies that they say they would. You know, and I can go on and on and on about that. But I do think this is a pivotal time. And I do think this is a different state of the union.
Yeah.
You have people like literally saying, you know what, we're not just going to show up, but we're also going to have our own state of the union. Okay. And that's further dividing the country. It's already divided. Trump is the master divider in chief. You know, he's done a good job doing that. But I do think this is an opportunity for leadership, real, true leaderships. We need a leader to step up and step up to the plate. Step up to the plate. Somebody needs to step up to the plate, and they need to come together and get all of us galvanized over a common purpose. And we need to be able to crush this president, politically speaking. And also, we need to take back the House and the Senate. And what I mean by us, I'm not talking about the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the American people. We need to take back this country, because that's the only way. Because if you're still waiting for a D or R to save your life, it's just not going to happen. We've seen that these parties, they do not care about you. They do not care about your position. And to Matt's point, they want to put you in a position where they're putting you on the front lines.
Yep.
They take the cover and they take all the props from that. No,
absolutely, bro. And I can't go for that.
We can't go for that. All right. Our last. It brings us to our last post here. And we wanted to share this with you. And I think this is the real reasons why I think Trump people should boycott him in general, because he's trying to turn this place into North Korea. Okay. He is trying to turn this whole place into North Korea. And here's the proof I have. Play the clip, Josh.
Come on, Josh.
Can we get that clip, Josh?
Impossible to miss the new banner bearing President Trump's face that just went up here at the Justice Department. If you've been in Washington in recent months, you've seen similar ones at the Department of Labor or the Department of Agriculture, for example. But this one seems to strike a different chord, given it's the Department of Justice. Historically, administrations have tried to stress a level of independence between the West Wing and the White House and their Justice Department, arguing that politics doesn't influence who is being prosecuted. But it's safe to say that line has been erased since President Trump has taken office in his second term. We've seen him directly pressure the Attorney General to prosecute people who he perceives as his political enemies or people who have led prosecutions against him. The Justice Department says this banner is in honor of America's upcoming 250th birthday celebration. But if you look at this banner closely, it also echoes what President Trump himself has said, talking about the slogan, "Make America."
Okay. Matt, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, it's the irony, right? Right. Make America safe again. And then obviously, you know, Jimmy Dore, shout out to Jimmy Dore. And he said this on his show. He said pretty much Trump is part of probably the biggest global PDF ring that we know of, that we've ever discovered or uncovered, right? And his face is plastered all on the effing Department of Justice. The irony in that, right? And I'm gonna say this, you know, because it kind of brings back the thoughts of the memories of just a few days ago, Pam Bondi, you know, at the hearing, and then refusing to look at the victims. And I know a lot of people say she was cold, bro. I looked at her eyes, bro. She had tears in her eyes, bro. I think she was just like, I think she was trying to hold it together. But I think that, man, Trump has done so many dastardly deeds, and he just doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just diabolical, bro.
Yeah, it is. And now he's putting his banners and his name on everything. This is a man who knows his time is limited. And I don't know how much time this guy has, but he wants to it's almost like that guy that just want to spread his seed everywhere, you know, irresponsible to the mug. He just like, you know what I'm saying? He's spreading his seed everywhere, okay? And that's how Trump is, man. That's how he is, you know what I'm saying? And you know, like, come on, man. Like, bro, why you need a banner on every building in DC? Like, that's so North Korea style. It's so insecure. It's so small, little D energy, bro. It just is. And that's just the bad part about it. But you know what? This is what our president does. And again, guys, we're trying to get to 500 subscribers. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, and join us for the live watch party. We're going to have a live party. It's going to be fun. We're going to be covering the State of the Union live at what, 6 o'clock, Matt?
Yeah, 6 o'clock. Hey, real quick, bro.
Eastern time?
They be saying 6, man. That stuff you start like 30, 40 minutes. It used to start like 2 or 3 minutes after 6. Man, we tried to cover one, man. That dude, like 45 minutes. We just sitting on there like, hey, bro, what's going on? So we want to start covering at 6. What time it start? Hey, bro. You know,
I don't even know what time it start. Like the State of the Union. Who knows?
Whenever Trump wants to come out.
Yeah. And by the way, I you know, again, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be live. So just hop on. We can comment. We can just have a good time, have a party, have a good watch party. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see you guys soon.